Hello, my name is Marwa Rakha, Adam, which translates into Adam's mom. I'm the author of this book, I Deserve to Be Loved. This book has a very interesting story. Basically, it was published as a paperback back in 2019. Years passed, and the publishing house decided to invest their money in publishing new stories as opposed to republishing older books. I decided that I'm going to revamp this book and present it in a very different format, hence the interactive. Why did I do this? In the first book, with the paperback book, it was just the story of Adam and how he documented his own journey of self-love and unconditional love sources within his family, his friends, his teachers, and so on. But I wanted more. I wanted to reach out to you. I wanted to talk to you, my young reader. I wanted to tell you that you truly deserve to be loved. And I wanted to guide you step by step into writing your very own book. The purpose of this book is basically to help you realize that no matter what situation you're faced with, no matter what choices you have to make, you need to remember that you deserve to be loved and that you need to make a choice that reflects your love for yourself, your respect for yourself, your care for yourself. Sometimes words are easier said than done, and sometimes you will forget. This is where you would have that book. I want you to remember that there is someone, a stranger, a lady who doesn't know you, never met you, might never meet you, who loves you truly from the bottom of her heart, and who truly believes that you deserve that kind of love, unconditional love. I want you also to understand that this book is not something that you would just sit there and doing in one day or 1 hour. It's not homework. It's not something that you need to submit. This is something that I want you to take plenty of time thinking of, considering and reconsidering. I want you to try to remember, try to phrase the words in a way that would truly express who you are and how you feel. No one will see the answers to the questions except you. No one will read your book. This is something for you. And for years on and on and on, you would go back to this book and review it and add people, remove people, add situations, remove situations. You could even change your mind. You could even change how you describe things or how you prioritize things, or you can even tweak your beliefs here and there. Because that's what happens when we grow up and we gain experience and we interact with people. Things change about us. We change. And that's normal. That's totally natural. So it's okay to revisit the book and to change what you wrote. And every time you change the book, save it under a different date. It would be very interesting to see how you change. Now, let me show you the book. Let me walk you through what you can do with it and how you can interact with it. When you download the book, you would find something like this with the zipper. You would double click and you would click here, extract all. And you would extract. And there, it didn't take long. So you will find the icon and I deserve to be loved, and you would double click. And this is where you will open the book. With this step, you have downloaded the book to your desktop. Do not open the book from a mobile phone, not a tablet, not an iPhone, not an Android, not even the web. Please download the app to your desktop and open it from there. Otherwise, you might get blocked. Okay, so here we have the book. And if you click here on those three dashes or the hamburger menu, you would have all the contents and all the chapters right here. So first thing, when you click on the audio, this is where you would listen to me. Sometimes I would be asking you a question, or I would be talking to you, or I would be just reading the text, or I would be guiding you through the next section, especially when you're writing your own book. So this is first. Then you would have the pictures. And when you hover over the picture, you would have something also from me. It would be question, something to think about. It's something to help you get in the mood to write and to share and to express yourself. And you can click the picture. It would open so that you can see it, and you would have the question. Now let's see, what are those? There are options for you. So first here, this is the option to add a note. So for example, this is a chapter called Dedicated to You, and you want to take a note. You would go here and you would say, for example, fun chapter. Of course, I'm just writing anything, and you click save. Where did this go? Down there, you would have fun chapter with the dedicated to you. So you can take notes as you go. So I showed you now taking a note by clicking on the here on the notebook, or you can bookmark. So for example, you really like this chapter and you want to come back to it. So here, now this is a bookmark. Where do you find your bookmarks? Here they are. And it would show you where it's bookmarked. Okay. Now there's another option, which is to highlight. So for example, scientific information, and I want to highlight that in a certain color, and you save. Or practical advice, and you want to take a note about this practical advice. For example, I'm going to say, how come? Here. And then you would go to your notebook and you would have the highlights, you would have the bookmarks, you would have the notes, you would have everything. Then you can click export, and it would export to a PDF where you would have all your notes in one place. Save. And we go to the desktop. Here we go. And here is our file. So that's one way of interacting with the book. Then you can have the option to search for a certain word in the book, or match a case. And you can search the whole book or search the chapter only. And if you want to see all the chapters, you can go from here, or you can go from here. So that's first. Now let's go through this. When you go here, what's your name? You can type your name here, and the book would change and be addressed to you as we go. So let's say, for example, your name is Billy. Okay. And then you go for next. And it's a pleasure meeting you, Billy. And whenever I'm addressing you, I'll address you using your name. Now you have two options. Option number one, to read Adam's book. This is the book that we wrote together, and these are Adam's drawings at the time. Or create your own book. Now let's go to create your own book. When you go here, you will listen to what I'm saying. You can read this, and then you click on the image, and you would have certain questions that I'm asking you, and you get to choose. So for example, you choose this, you go for next, you would have another question. You can upload an image, and then next, and then another question. You can upload an image, or you can change the image if you change your mind. And in the very end, you can send your answers to your email. So if it's one email, just write it. If it's two emails, separate them using a comma. So I put here two of my emails, and I'll click submit answers, answers submitted. And here we go. And here is the answer to my question. Of course, it wouldn't send the picture. You already have the pictures. So this is something that you can do with the questions. And then we go for next. Every time you click on the image, you would have a different set of questions that would guide you through the next section of your book. You can see I'm still addressing you as Billy. And then here you see that we finished some chapters. So this is the title of the book, I Deserve to Be Loved, first page, second page, third page. Here I'm reviewing, and then I'm guiding you through the next chapter or several pages that are coming up. And we're going to go here. Now, I also added a bit here about Adam's paintings. Now, this part here is mainly to tell you that people change. When we wrote this book, Adam at the time was 7 going on 8. Now he's 12 going on 13. So who changed? At the time, he was very much into painting and very much into drawing and cutting and pasting and collaging. Now he's different. He's somebody else. So drawing and painting are not the only way. For me, when I'm doing this book, I use my camera, take pictures, and I just upload the pictures. Here you would have a picture gallery of ideas to help you with self-expression, to help you express yourself artistically in your book. So that was something I wanted to share with you. You would have another gallery with the original pictures in Adam's book. These are to give you ideas of the kind of moments that you can capture in your book, the moments that you want to cherish, the moments that you would want to go back a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and look back at and say, I was loved and I deserve to be loved. It would remind you of who you are and that you truly deserve good things to happen to you, and you need to make good choices in your life. So that's something else that I've added here. And then these are words for the parents. These are not yours. So once you have reached this part, you are done with your book. Now, there are two ways to go about this. Way number one is that you're just going to leave it as it is. Number two, which is my personal advice, you would open a PowerPoint presentation, and you would copy and paste your answers, each on a different slide. You would add pictures to the PowerPoint. You would decorate it, animate it, put your heart and soul into it. And then you would export it as a PDF, and that would be your ebook, and you would save it with the date. So every year or every few months or every couple of years, when you go back to this book to rework on it and to edit it and to change things, at the time, you would save it again on a different PDF with a different date. And then you can go back through the years and see how you've changed, how you grew, how people in your life changed. And that would, when you're my age, it would remind you that everything passes. It shall pass. And you've been through things and you found your way. So that's basically it. Here you would have a bit about me, and you would have here a bit about Adam, my pride and joy. He's the coder. He did all the coding for this book, all the colors, the formatting, everything that I wanted to change, the option to add pictures. This is all Adam. So I'm so proud of him. And that's why I'm talking about him now. I hope you enjoy the book. And always remember, you deserve to be loved.